Hello, dear audience. Today, our focus will be on enhancing your listening and speaking abilities while also acquiring engaging vocabulary and expressions. The storyline we will explore centers on Lisa's shopping routine. Lisa loved going to the local market. It was her favorite place in the whole town. Every Saturday morning, she would wake up early, her eyes bright with excitement. Today was market day. As Lisa stepped into the market square, she was greeted by a symphony of colors, sounds, and smells. The air was filled with the scent of fresh flowers, ripe fruits, and savory spices. It tickled her nose and made her stomach rumble with hunger. The stalls were a riot of colors, each one more vibrant than the last. There were piles of bright red tomatoes, juicy oranges, and plump purple grapes. Green cucumbers lay next to yellow bananas, while carrots peeked out from beneath a sea of leafy greens. It was like a rainbow had exploded right in the middle of the market. Lisa's eyes darted from one stall to the next, taking in the dizzying array of goods on display. There were baskets overflowing with apples, crates of strawberries, and crates of melons. She could hardly contain her excitement as she wandered through the maze of stalls, her fingers itching to touch and taste everything in sight. But it wasn't just the sights that captivated Lisa. The market was alive with the sound of chatter and laughter. Vendors called out to passers-by, their voices mingling with the clatter of pots and pans. Music floated through the air, adding to the festive atmosphere. It was a cacophony of noise that somehow felt like music to Lisa's ears. And then there were the people, so many people. Families bustled from stall to stall, children darting between legs and laughing as they sampled treats. Couples strolled hand in hand, their eyes twinkling with excitement. It was a community coming together, united by a love of food and a shared sense of camaraderie. As Lisa made her way through the market, she felt a sense of belonging wash over her. This was her happy place, a place where she could lose herself in the sights, sounds, and smells of the world around her. And as she filled her basket with fresh produce and exchanged pleasantries with the vendors, she couldn't help but smile. Today was a good day at the market. As Lisa moved through the market, she found herself drawn into the lively social atmosphere that permeated the space. Everywhere she turned, she encountered friendly faces and warm greetings. "Good morning, Lisa," called out Mrs. Patel, the elderly woman who sold the most delicious homemade jams. Lisa returned the greeting with a smile, stopping to chat with Mrs. Patel about her latest batch of strawberry preserves. Mrs. Patel's stories always made Lisa laugh, and she felt a pang of sadness when she finally had to bid her goodbye. Next, Lisa bumped into Mr. Chong, the jovial fishmonger with a booming voice. He was busy filleting a fresh catch of salmon, his hands moving with practiced ease. "Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you today?" he boomed, his smile as wide as the ocean. Lisa couldn't help but grin back, her eyes sparkling with delight. She had known Mr. Chong since she was a little girl, and he always had a kind word and a generous portion of fish to share. As she continued on her way, Lisa found herself surrounded by a melting pot of cultures and languages. There were families speaking Spanish, French, and Mandarin, their voices blending together in a harmonious cacophony. It was like taking a trip around the world without ever leaving the market. But it wasn't just the vendors who made the market feel like home. Lisa also struck up conversations with her fellow shoppers, swapping recipes and sharing stories about their lives. There was Mrs. Johnson, the sweet old lady with a penchant for baking pies, and Mr. Khan, the friendly neighbor who always had a joke up his sleeve. They were like an extended family, each person adding their own unique flavor to the mix. As the morning wore on, Lisa felt her spirits lift with each passing interaction. The market wasn't just a place to buy groceries, it was a hub of community engagement, a melting pot of cultures and traditions where people came together to share a laugh, lend a helping hand, and forge connections that would last a lifetime. And as she made her way home, her basket overflowing with fresh produce and cherished memories, Lisa couldn't help but feel grateful for the sense of belonging that the market had given her. Today had been more than just a shopping trip, it had been a celebration of community, connection, and the joy of simply being together. As Lisa made her way through the market, her eyes were drawn to a stall overflowing with ripe, juicy strawberries. She couldn't resist the temptation and made a beeline for the vendor, a cheerful woman with a twinkle in her eye. "Good morning, Lisa," the vendor greeted her with a warm smile. "Would you like to try some of our fresh strawberries?" Lisa nodded eagerly, reaching for a plump berry and popping it into her mouth. The burst of sweetness exploded on her tongue, and she couldn't help but let out a sigh of satisfaction. "These are delicious," she exclaimed, her eyes lighting up with delight. "How much for a pound?" The vendor named her price, but Lisa hesitated. She knew that she could probably find a better deal elsewhere, and she wasn't afraid to negotiate. "Could you do any better?" she asked, flashing the vendor a winning smile. The vendor chuckled, her eyes twinkling with amusement. "Ah, you drive a hard bargain, Lisa. But how about this, if you buy 2 pounds, I'll give you a discount." Lisa considered the offer for a moment before nodding in agreement. It was a fair deal, and she knew that the strawberries were worth every penny. "Deal," she declared, handing over the money with a satisfied smile. As the vendor wrapped up the strawberries, Lisa couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. It wasn't just about getting a good price, it was about the connection she had forged with the vendor, a mutual respect born out of their shared love of fresh produce. Buoyed by her success, Lisa continued her journey through the market, haggling with vendors and striking deals left and right. She negotiated for the juiciest peaches, the plumpest tomatoes, and the freshest herbs, using her charm and wit to get the best prices possible. And with each successful transaction, Lisa felt a sense of pride swell within her chest. It wasn't just about saving money, it was about the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of knowing that she had gotten the best possible deal through her own ingenuity and resourcefulness. As she made her way home, her basket overflowing with goodies, Lisa couldn't help but smile. Today had been a good day at the market, a day filled with laughter, camaraderie, and the sweet taste of success. And as she savored the fruits of her labor, she knew that she would be back again next week, ready to do it all over again. As Lisa wandered through the bustling market, she couldn't help but marvel at the incredible diversity of cultures on display. Stalls brimmed with foods from around the world, each one a tantalizing glimpse into a different culinary tradition. At one stall, she sampled fragrant curries and spicy samosas, the flavors transporting her to the bustling streets of India. At another, she indulged in handmade pasta and rich tomato sauces, the taste of Italy dancing on her tongue. Everywhere she looked, there were new and exciting foods to discover. From savory empanadas to sweet baklava, from tangy kimchi to creamy hummus. But it wasn't just the food that fascinated Lisa. The market was a melting pot of languages and customs, each one adding to the rich tapestry of the community. She heard snippets of conversation in Spanish, French, Mandarin, and more, the sounds blending together in a beautiful symphony of diversity. As she browsed the stalls, Lisa struck up conversations with vendors and fellow shoppers alike, eager to learn more about their culinary traditions. She listened as they shared stories of family recipes passed down through generations, of festive celebrations centered around food, and of the deep cultural significance of certain ingredients. With each interaction, Lisa's understanding of the wider community grew richer and more nuanced. She realized that food was more than just sustenance, it was a bridge that connected people from all walks of life, a universal language that transcended borders and boundaries. And as she made her purchases and bid farewell to her newfound friends, Lisa couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude for the vibrant tapestry of cultures that made up her community. The market wasn't just a place to buy groceries, it was a celebration of diversity, a reminder of the beauty that comes from embracing different traditions and perspectives. With a smile on her face and a heart full of gratitude, Lisa made her way home, her basket filled with treasures from around the world. Today had been more than just a shopping trip, it had been a journey of discovery, a celebration of the rich tapestry of humanity that surrounded her. And she couldn't wait to come back next week and do it all over again. As Lisa strolled through the market, she couldn't help but notice the vibrant display of seasonal produce. It was a symphony of colors and flavors, each fruit and vegetable a testament to the bounty of the earth. In the springtime, she marveled at the plump strawberries and tender asparagus, their bright hues signaling the arrival of warmer days. She couldn't resist plucking a few ripe strawberries from a nearby stall, their sweet juiciness bursting with the taste of the season. As summer rolled around, the market exploded with an abundance of fruits and vegetables. There were crates of sun-ripened tomatoes, baskets overflowing with crisp cucumbers, and bunches of fragrant basil. Lisa reveled in the taste of summer, savoring each bite of a juicy tomato and relishing the crunch of a freshly picked cucumber. But it was in the fall that the market truly came alive. The air was crisp with the scent of apples and pumpkins, their earthy sweetness filling Lisa's senses. She delighted in the sight of golden pumpkins and ruby-red apples, their rich colors a harbinger of the harvest season to come. She filled her basket with the bounty of the season, knowing that each bite would be a celebration of the agricultural cycles that shaped the market's offerings. And as winter approached, the market transformed once again. Gone were the fresh berries and tender greens, replaced by hardy root vegetables and robust squashes. Lisa embraced the change, relishing the warmth and comfort of a steaming bowl of soup made from winter vegetables. As she made her way home, her basket brimming with seasonal treasures, Lisa couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the beauty of the natural world. The market was more than just a place to buy groceries, it was a celebration of the changing seasons, a reminder of the rhythms of life that connected her to the earth and to her community. With a smile on her face and a heart full of gratitude, Lisa headed home to prepare a meal that would nourish both body and soul. Today had been a good day at the market, a day filled with the flavors of the season and the joy of knowing that she was part of something bigger than herself. As Lisa made her way through the market, she couldn't help but notice the subtle economic forces at play. Everywhere she looked, Vendors jostled for attention, each one vying to attract customers with the promise of the freshest produce and the best prices. Some stalls offered discounts for buying in bulk, while others touted the superior quality of their goods. Lisa knew that she had to navigate these economic realities carefully if she wanted to get the best value for her money. She paused in front of a stall selling apples, carefully inspecting the fruit for signs of freshness. The vendor smiled warmly, but Lisa could see the shrewd glint in his eye. He knew that apples were in high demand this season, and he wasn't afraid to charge a premium for his product. Lisa knew that she could probably find a better deal elsewhere, so she politely declined the vendor's offer and continued on her way. She wasn't going to settle for anything less than the best value for her money. At the next stall, she found exactly what she was looking for: ripe, juicy apples at a fraction of the price. The vendor explained that he had an abundance of apples this season, and he was eager to move his product quickly before it spoiled. Lisa nodded in understanding, her eyes twinkling with excitement. She knew a good deal when she saw one, and she wasted no time in filling her basket with the delicious fruit. As she made her way home, her basket overflowing with bargains, Lisa couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. She had navigated the complex economic landscape of the market with skill and precision, securing the best possible deals and maximizing the value of her purchases. Today had been a successful day at the market, a day filled with the thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of knowing that she had outsmarted the economic forces at play. And as she savored the fruits of her labor, Lisa couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in her ability to navigate the world of commerce with confidence and grace. As Lisa made her way through the bustling market, she couldn't help but feel a deep sense of connection to the rich history and cultural significance of the place. The market wasn't just a collection of stalls selling goods, it was a living, breathing embodiment of the community's identity and values. Nestled in the heart of the town, the market had been a fixture for generations, serving as a gathering place for locals to come together and celebrate the bounty of the land. Its origins traced back centuries, to a time when farmers would gather to trade their goods and share stories of the harvest season. Over the years, the market had grown and evolved, expanding to accommodate the changing needs and desires of the community. But its essence remained the same, a vibrant hub of activity where people from all walks of life could come together to connect, to celebrate, and to share in the joys of community life. As Lisa wandered through the maze of stalls, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the market's storied past. Each vendor had their own story to tell, their own connection to the land and the people who had come before them. It was a tapestry of memories and traditions, woven together over generations and passed down through the ages. And as she made her purchases and exchanged pleasantries with the vendors, Lisa felt a profound sense of gratitude for the role that the market played in her life. It wasn't just a place to buy goods, it was a cultural landmark, a symbol of the resilience and strength of the community. As she made her way home, her basket filled with the treasures of the market, Lisa couldn't help but smile. Today had been more than just a shopping trip, it had been a journey through time, a celebration of the rich tapestry of history and culture that made her community unique. And as she savored the flavors of the market's offerings, she knew that she would carry the memories of this day with her for years to come. As Lisa meandered through the lively market, she embarked on a journey of personal growth and discovery. With each step, she encountered a kaleidoscope of emotions, moments of joy, frustration, and profound connection. At first, Lisa felt a surge of excitement as she immersed herself in the vibrant atmosphere of the market. The sights, sounds, and smells enveloped her, filling her senses with a delightful buzz of energy. She couldn't help but smile as she greeted familiar faces and struck up conversations with vendors, her heart brimming with anticipation for the treasures that awaited her. But as she navigated the maze of stalls, Lisa encountered moments of frustration. She struggled to find the perfect balance between quality and affordability, her desire for the freshest produce often at odds with her limited budget. She haggled with vendors, negotiated prices, and weighed her options carefully, determined to get the best value for her money. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the market, Lisa also experienced moments of profound connection. She shared stories and laughter with fellow shoppers, swapping recipes and tips for selecting the ripest fruits and vegetables. She bonded with vendors over shared interests and mutual respect, forging connections that went beyond mere transactions. These interactions left a lasting impression on Lisa, shaping her worldview and deepening her sense of belonging within the community. She realized that the market was more than just a place to buy goods, it was a vibrant tapestry of human connections, a microcosm of the rich tapestry of life. As she made her way home, her basket overflowing with the bounty of the market, Lisa couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the personal growth she had experienced. Today had been more than just a shopping trip, it had been a journey of self-discovery, a reminder of the beauty and complexity of human connection. And as she savored the flavors of her purchases, she knew that she had found a home within the bustling heart of the market. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel and comment if you like this type of video. We meet in a new video with a new topic.